After shaping and prepping my nails, I remove any oils with rubbing alcohol and then start to apply the base coat. I don't traditionally start with my pinky nail only because I find the gel base coats tend to be really thick on the brush and I tend to flood my pinky nail if I start there. So I usually start with my ring or middle finger just to glob off some product and then spread it through the rest of the fingernails. And then once I've applied my base coat to each nail, I cure it and we move on to the next color. Here I'm applying the white gel polish and I'm really focusing on making sure the margin closest to my cuticle is nice. The part that's on the rest of the nail bed will be corrected later. I'm really just trying to make a really nice like C curve near my cuticle. And then I'm taking a straight edged or flat headed, I don't know how you want to call it, type detailing brush, nail art brush. You could even get natural bristle brushes from the craft store to use for your nail art like this. And I'm just sculpting that white into a crescent shape, similarly to how I do for a regular French manicure. And I'm just cleaning off the excess onto this lint-free wipe that has a little rubbing alcohol on it to help clean the brush between swipes. I did find during this process that pulling the brush towards me versus swiping away from me tended to work better, but you may find that a slightly different technique works better for you. Also during this process, I use the brush to get any gel polish that got on my cuticle off. Go ahead and cure that. And then I'm moving on to a natural light pink color. This has a little bit of sheerness to it, and that's really kind of important later in the technique or in this method. You can use whatever colors you want, but just this particular method, a semi-sheer color works the best. I start by applying the pink sheer color just to the blank area that I hadn't applied the white to start building up opacity and to help even out the level on the entire nail. Once that's applied, I cure it. And then I apply the same sheer-ish pink color over the entire nail, making the entire nail the same level, and to also mute that white color just a little bit. I wanted to make that white just slightly more subtle. Just for a little edit embellishment, because I'm always a little extra, it seems, I take a little bit of silver glitter polish and take another nail art brush, and I'm just dabbing a little bit of that right on the crescent. This is a great way to kind of cover up if you had any little mishaps or mistakes. Also, I just wanted the extra detail, make it a little extra something special. A little bit of background on the nail design I'm doing here. January 31st. Is listed as backward day. So I ended up deciding to do this backwards French nail look, which is not a new idea whatsoever. But wearing this nail look throughout the week, I really liked it. It really has a very cute and romantic look to it, which is actually very appropriate with Valentine's Day right around the corner. Here I'm taking a regular clear top coat and I'm applying it primarily below and above where I just applied that glitter. Again, I'm trying to kind of even out and smooth out the nail, overall nail level by doing this. Also, it's a little added protection. I cure that. Once I cured that, I wanted my final coat to be matte, so I'm using a matte top coat, and this I apply over the entire nail. If you wanted to leave your nail as a glossy finish, I would recommend instead of using a matte top coat, use a glossy top coat here. And then once you've applied the final top coat to all your nails, go ahead and cure that per package directions. It also wore really well. I find when I do a traditional French, I tend to build up more product at the tips of my nails. And because I type so much and I use my hands so much, I feel like that makes them more prone to chipping a little bit faster. Also, with that stark white color at the tips, whenever that chips, it's very obvious. Whereas with the pink towards the ends, I feel like if that chips a little bit, that's a little less obvious than the stark white. And then here is the final look with all the matte top coat. And so I just have to do my other hand real quick. I'll do that off camera. And there we go. Other hand is done. Here's both hands together in the viewfinder. Zoom out a little bit. And that's the final look, both hands completely done. I hope you enjoyed. I hope you learned something, and I hope to see you at the next video. Bye.